The Fond du Lac County Sheriff's Office urging people to lock up after a string of unlawful entries. Deputies say vehicles and garages, outbuildings too, all being entered in the St. Cloud area and along Friendships Lakeshore Drive. In many cases, doors were simply left unlocked. A suspicious person caught on camera appears to be wearing a hooded sweatshirt and riding a bike. Sheriff's Office reminding people, protect your property, lock your vehicles, even in your driveways and garages. Lock all doors, turn on or upgrade exterior and motion lighting. Anyone with information on this or who spots suspicious activity asked to call the Fond du Lac County Sheriff's Office.